Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today we're going to be talking about the transmission on a Ford Focus. This particular one is a 2014 Ford Focus. I'm going to show you how to reset it, which a lot of times will solve the transmission problems, but let's go ahead and get started. Now this particular vehicle, if you saw my last video, I showed when I purchased it. I actually bought it on Carvana, which you can see here. I'd highly recommend checking them out if you need to get a vehicle. The process was very easy. The price was good. Service was excellent. Literally within a few minutes, got approved for everything, bought the car, had it delivered. Very easy to do. Great company to work with. Communication is excellent. So definitely check them out. But what I liked about this vehicle is the mileage on it. It only had 7,923 miles on it when I got it. Gets good fuel economy, between 40 and 45 miles per gallon on the highway, which is, I do a lot of traveling, so that's what I was looking for as well. And also wanted something that I could work on this channel. So when I saw that a lot of the reviews out there and stuff, people having issues, I was like, that's a good vehicle to bring on here, because hopefully I can show you how to fix stuff like we're going to do in this video today, and we'll have many more coming. But if you want to see the video where I purchased it, you can check it out via the link above. Also have it down in the description. Another thing I liked is that this was a Ford. I've never featured a Ford on this channel before. I've dealt with Chevys, Pontiacs, Dodge, Jeeps, Kias, Hyundais, Toyotas, Nissans, things like that, but never a Ford. So was excited to get a Ford on here for all of you Ford owners out there, specifically the Ford Focus. So just kind of that overview, but getting in now to the meat of this video, dealing with the transmission. When I got this vehicle, no check engine lights on, seemed fine. Took it for a test drive, kind of put it to the test. I noticed that the transmission was sluggish. I noticed that if you're coming out of a stop, it was really slow, and then it would occasionally jerk in the lower gears. Now, once you got up to a higher gears and higher speed, oh, it was great. Had a lot of power, because that is 160 horsepower, which is pretty good for a little car like this. Usually you're closer to 100 on the lower end. So it definitely has a lot of power when you get into the higher speeds, but the takeoff was just very sluggish and jerky, and I was like, something doesn't seem right with the transmission. Connected my diagnostic reader to it, which we showed in the last video. No issues. Everything was good. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this particular Ford Focus here, 2014, has the dual clutch power shift transmission. And if you know anything about that, and if you don't, then definitely do some reading. There's a lot out there. These were very problematic transmissions. Basically, it featured two clutches. You had one clutch that focused on the odd numbers of gears, and then a separate one that did the even number of gears. And the whole point of that, they were trying to create like a kind of a performance transmission that kind of simulated a manual transmission, but with the convenience of an automatic. Well, that didn't work out too well. Transmission wound up giving issues, a lot of issues. This particular period from 2012 to 2016, even though the power shift came out, I believe, in around 2010, a little bit earlier, but that span, the 12s to the 16s, had a lot of issues. They had a total of 12 recalls on this particular transmission mainly. There were some other little issues as well, but if you want to see if your Ford Focus, or also Ford Fiesta, I believe, had the same thing, has any outstanding recalls against it, you can check them out on Ford's website. If you go under recalls, this is what the interface would look like. From your internet browser, go ahead and type in Ford and go to their official website. So we'll click here. On the main page, on the upper right-hand corner, there's 3 lines is the menu. Click that, and you want the third one down, Support and Service. Click that one, and that'll open up. Second one down is Recalls. That's what you're going to go to next. Now, when it opens up, you can search your vehicle. You can either do by VIN, or they have year and model. You don't want that one because that's just going to be just overall. So you want to go to VIN and put your specific VIN in so they can check your actual vehicle. So we'll put in our VIN number, and then we'll hit search. And then now that's going to bring up the status. As you can see, no recalls for mine. Everything has been addressed. And basically, if you put your VIN in, they'll tell you what's outstanding against your particular vehicle. If not, you can go to I believe it's NHSTA. It's the National Highway Safety Traffic Administration, I believe. Their website also, if you put the VIN in, it'll show you all of the outstanding recalls against your specific vehicle based off the VIN. I'll have links down in the description where you can actually access those websites. But here's a shot of and I believe it's NHTSA's website, and you can see what that interface looks like. From your browser, go ahead and search. It's actually NHTSA. And then from there, you can go to their official government site. We'll click on that. Go up to the top, the right, the menu, the 3 lines again. This is what their main page looks like, but you want to go into the menu. So we'll go up here, click on menu, and then you want recalls, second one down. And then from there, same thing, you're going to put your VIN number in. Type it in right here. Then we'll do a search. And then this will show any outstanding. So right here it says 0 unrepaired. So any recalls against this particular vehicle were already addressed. So before you get into what we're going to talk about here, it's important to make sure that your recalls are up to date. So if you have anything outstanding, definitely reach out to a Ford dealership, get it corrected, because due to the many issues they had with the Ford Focuses and Fiestas during that period, you had the 12 recalls. Some of them pertain to the steering, some of them pertain to the engine stalling out, things like that, but most of them were pertaining to the transmission due to the shifting, and they would either reprogram or replace your transmission control module, the TCM. So you want to make sure that you get all that taken care of first. This particular vehicle here, when I bought it, all that was already addressed. There's no outstanding recalls on it, so I knew that those issues had at least been addressed. Unfortunately, in some cases, those don't always solve the problem, but you want to start there first. So what I'm going to talk about in this video, because I apologize for rambling on here, there's a way to actually reset the transmission on these vehicles. So let's head inside the car, and I'm going to show you easily how you can reset it. And if you're still having the sluggish kind of takeoff and the jerkiness, a lot of times that will solve the problem if you've addressed the recalls. So let's go inside the vehicle, and I'll show you how easy it is. Now, real quick, one other thing that I wanted to mention is with your TCM, which is your transmission control module. It's kind of like a little computer mounted there on the transmission. With these here, basically what that does is that will adapt to the driving habits, right? So in the case here, this one that I got was used. However, it only had 7,923 miles. Considering it's a 2014, I'm assuming it was probably somebody elderly who had it. They didn't do a lot of driving, obviously, probably just some local back and forth. Well, the transmission is going to tune to that, right? So it's going to be accustomed to the easy driving back and forth small stuff. So when I take it out on a highway now, this thing's going to be sluggish because it's not used to ramping up fast and getting into the higher gears quicker. That's why it's important to reset this. So if you're buying one of these used, you definitely want to do it. That way it'll kind of clean it off. It'll start from ground zero with it, and then it'll start adapting to your driving habits, and it'll adjust the transmission accordingly, and you'll notice the performance will be where you need it to be. Another thing is sometimes these TCMs can get quirky and they can have a glitch or whatever. And in those cases too, you want to reset it just to kind of wipe it clean, kind of reformat it. That way you can start over on a clean slate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera in here closer, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. Basically, we're going to put the key in. We're going to turn it on. Don't start the engine, just turn it to the on position. When it gets to that, we're going to shift our transmission to neutral right away and hold it there for 10 seconds. You'll see a message appear on your infotainment screen here right above your in between your tachometer and your speedometer, and you'll see a little meter growing, and it'll say transmission ready. When you see that, that means that it's ready, meaning it's been cleared off and it's been reset and you're good to go. So let me get the camera in here and show you. Just click it once like that. Grab the shifter, slide it to neutral. And you can see right there, it says transmission ready. And you can see the little gauge moving along. Done. And that's it, as simple as that. So now the transmission has been reset or relearned, whatever you want to call it. But when it says transmission ready, you see that there, then it's done. You're ready to drive the car again. and it should correct any issues that you may have, like I mentioned already, after taking care of the recall issues, because they needed to do some reprogramming, replace some things. I believe even the TCM was one of the things that they were going to replace. So as long as you've done all the recall things, if you haven't and you see anything outstanding online, make sure to get that scheduled, get that taken care of. But once that's done, if you're still getting that sluggishness or the jerkiness of it, then that will take care of the issue. Now the transmission is kind of reset back to normal, and then you can start driving it. It'll pick up your pattern. So now that we've done that, we're going to take it out on the road, and we're going to take it to some just standing still spots. We're going to do like stop sign, just kind of stop. And from a stopping position, I'm going to gun it up, and we're going to take it up to like 60 miles an hour. I'm going to film it so you can see how smooth this thing does. Because when I first got the vehicle, as mentioned already, very slow taking off. You're at a red light, I would start moving, it was just, and then it would even jerk a little bit. After doing this, the acceleration is awesome. You can take off and it flies off perfect. It just takes off fast, smooth transitioning of the gears, gets you into the higher speeds quick. Completely night and day difference, has more of a performance feel to it. But let's take it out on the road, let me show you, and then we'll be back. Merging here into traffic on a highway, coming in here, and traffic's moving at about 65 miles an hour. You can see how it's shifting. RPM's going up nice, shifting nice and smooth. You can see the speed taking off here as we're getting ready to pull in here to merge. And if you look there at the speedometer, we're pushing 60 already, and nice and smooth. This one here, we're at a stop sign coming from 0, taking off across the intersection. Look at the RPMs going up. You can hear the gears revving up, transitioning nice and smooth. Speed taking off here once again. Let's keep going here. Look at that. You can see the speed here picking up. And RPMs looking good. You can hear the gears shifting. Look at the speed going up. Nice and smooth. Here's another one. Now this is a short distance. We're going to be taking off from 0 and just going very short. So we're gunning it up quick. You can see the shifting and the RPMs moving smooth as we're gaining speed. No jerkiness or anything. And then on this one here, taking off once again from a standstill. And you can see, look at the RPMs. You can hear the gears just revving up and switching nice and smooth. You see the speed going up. No slipping or staggering, anything that it was doing before, that sluggishness. Look at the speed. We're taking off here in a very quick distance too. Okay, well, as you saw it, definitely not the sluggish and jerky kind of transmission that most people are complaining about online and that I complained about when I first got the vehicle. So easy fix. Just to recap one more time, I know people are going to complain I'm saying the same thing over, but I want to make it very clear. You've got to address the recalls first. Once your recalls are taken care of and Ford replaces and reprograms what they need to, if you're still having the issue, try resetting your transmission. Most of the time, not all the time, but the large majority of the time, that will solve your problem. As we saw here, great acceleration, feels great, almost like performance, and things got great speed because the horsepower and stuff in here. It's just those earlier gears. And what I do want to say is when I first got the vehicle, before I did the reset, I was getting about 41.5 miles per gallon on a full tank because I do a lot of highway driving. Since I reset it, I'm averaging around 43, 44, even hit 45.1 and 2 miles per gallon, because now that you're getting out of the lower gears quicker and it's moving smoother, your fuel economy is better. So that wraps up this video on how to reset the dual clutch power shift transmission on a Ford Focus. As mentioned already, this is a 2014, but the process should be similar on the other ones as well. As also mentioned already, now that we have this vehicle here, we're going to be doing a lot of videos with it in the upcoming future. So if you have a Ford Focus, or if you have, I believe a Ford Fiesta had some of the similar transmission and engine as well, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Please subscribe so you don't miss those. We're going to be doing a lot of do-it-yourself videos with it so you can make your Ford Focus work great, get the most out of it. These cars can easily give you 200 to 250,000 miles out of the life of it if you take care of it properly. Some people claim they've even gotten 400,000 miles out of it. So we're looking forward to that. But I hope this video was informative for you, helped you out with your transmission issues. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, send me any questions, comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. So please like the video, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.